What's up, guys? It's Brian from HASHWAREHUB. It's about 10:20 p.m. Eastern Time. It is January 13th, and we're coming to you with a video on Ripple, IOTA, and Cardano. We're going to be going over those three. We get a fair amount of requests for those, so we're going to continue there. But first, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you get all of our information coming directly to you. And if you guys are watching this on DTube or Steam it, an upvote or a re-steam or a like would be very, very appreciated by us, as we're the new kids on the block there. I guess we're kind of new everywhere. We're new on YouTube as well. I think we've only been doing this for about a month. Anyway, so we're hearing a lot of great reactions, comments from a lot of people, and we really appreciate it. So kind of keeps us going here. So let's get right into it. We're looking at Ripple. Ripple is a 4-hour chart on Bitfinex, and Ripple had this downward triangle, this downward wedge. It's actually more of a wedge going on here, and it looks like it's broken out. It's broken out on some pretty high volume. Not as high as what was kind of going on back here, but still high with respect to everything overall. And that's something we like to see. We like to see a lot, of that. So it's like decisively breaking out. And what it looks like here, we're just going through a little bit of a correction. This is kind of the 5 waves that we're assuming here on this next leg up, on this next major leg up. Basically it's coming from down here, as this is one actually goes all the way up to here, 2, and then this is like the leg 3 that goes all the way up. But leg 3 is going to be consisted of 5 sub waves. So that's why we have this in here. The time frame that we have these, it's not specific. It's more about like general price levels. So yeah, and with that said, we do think that this next leg up, we could be getting around a $4.80 level on Ripple, which would be a huge huge price jump from where it is right now. Well over double. Call it about well over double. So it's probably looking like there's a little bit of a pullback here, and then we'll probably jump back up again, I'd imagine, assuming that there is not some sort of pattern, some other pattern kind of going on right here. And obviously we keep an eye on that to see what's going on. Let's look at the next one. The next one we said was going to be IOTA, and IOTA is like a triangle in a triangle, and you see a lot of this, especially within cryptos in particular. I think this is something I was showing last video, where we wanted to kind of see this last video I made on these 3 currencies. We wanted to see like a real descending amount of volume going through this triangle, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here. Okay, this is really good. It's good because not only with a triangle do you want to see descending volume, but you also want to see descending volatility, and the kind of two of them are going hand in hand. So we have this C that was obviously hit. It looks possibly we may have made a D. This may have made the D right here. Okay, we're gonna have to watch it for at least a few bars to see what's going on. Maybe it'll come back up again, and then we'll more decisively get a D. But it could possibly be that this is a D right here, to where then we'll be looking for an E. The only reason why I don't think it may be a D is that a lot of the other coins that we're looking at, especially the majors like Bitcoin and stuff like that, they haven't quite gotten here yet on their triangle formation. So I just feel that possibly IOTA may have jumped the gun, and then maybe it'll sell off a little bit and it'll come back up again. These are supposed to be waves of 3, and this doesn't look so 3 wave-ish. So maybe this is kind of like the last, the number 2 kind of wave, and then it's going to go back up again. So yeah, this is what's going on there. And as far as pricing is concerned on IOTA, and again, this is a 5 legs or 5 waves of a much bigger trend, right? We have a much bigger trend that I'm not even drawing here because these charts are going to get pretty messy. But basically we have, this is 1 up here, and this is 2, and then actually this is 1, and then this is 2, and then we're going to have 3. This is the third leg up, excuse me, that we think we're going to get to somewhere around $11 territory, and then there'll be a sell-off, and then we're going to make another leg up. So that's what we're thinking is that's going to be going on with IOTA. IOTA's coming along swimmingly. We love how it's coming along. Again, you can see here is a triangle kind of inside of a triangle, and that's kind of cool stuff to look at. Next, let's look at Cardano. Let's zoom in here for a sec. Okay, so Cardano, a little bit of a different animal in the sense that it really didn't have a wedge. And it also didn't have a triangle. So it had this huge bullish flag, and that's cool. That's great too. One of the things I like about this bullish flag is the fact that the length of it is big. If it was just a small bullish flag and then the market started going up, I wouldn't like it. Why wouldn't I like it? Because the time factor. These things run up so fast that you need time in order to go ahead and have the sell-off play out. So I speak about it sometimes, is that there's basically a tune, a rhythm to every market. This market happens to be very fast, but even still, for this market to have such a fast sell-off would tell me that the correction really isn't over yet. So I do like the fact that this is a really big bullish flag, and so that makes me more comfortable that possibly the correction would be over. Also we had this huge volume like right here on this one here. Got down to this level and they said nah, and it continued with some higher volume bars as this thing kind of shot out. And a similar thing here as well is that we're kind of going through a little bit of a correction, and then hopefully it'll make another higher high. But we basically have a higher high right here, and that makes us that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, which is a good thing. So if you're long, obviously something like this. So what are we looking at as far as price concerned? If I haven't mentioned it, somewhere around $2.20 is approximately what we're thinking as far as pricing. And again, this gets updated kind of minute by minute as we look at things. So let's also take a look at the algos real quick. All right, we're looking at Cardano here, and the price came down, pierced through through the blue line. But one of the things you'll notice I think is kind of cool is that especially this bar right here, the open and the close. I mean the close just really was like, I gotta get above this blue bar, which is to me that's super telling the power of this blue bar. And it's a hidden support level. I should probably stop saying blue bar, but of this hidden support level. And then the market dipped down below it, and then it came right back above it. Trend strength also had a little bit of a dip right here, and the D trend was also going down. Possibly the D trend may have possibly bottomed out. It looks like it's ticking up again. MACD is also kind of a negative territory, and the sign indicator is bottoming out. So that's good. I mean that's a good sign here. The rest of these, I would say bearish to neutral at best. And it's really just a matter of kind of like hurry up and wait to see what's going on. So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is IOTA. And yeah, IOTA here, the hidden support line kind of went away, but the market is still kind of trading right along those lines, which that makes me pretty happy that that's happening, that the market didn't completely just fall underneath there. So also the trend strength indicator is starting to say, hey, don't forget about me, I'm coming back up to 4. So it looks like it's charted a course back up to 4. And same thing with D trend. It looks like it's starting to kind of stick its nose up there and say, I'm gonna start reaching for higher numbers. So sign indicator, same thing. It's on the same wave. It's looking like it's starting to move up again. So more powerful bullish sentiment with regards to IOTA than Cardano, but that could change very, very, very quickly. Next up is Ripple, and Ripple, a little different than the other two, where the sense that, you know, it didn't really completely go through the hidden support level. It's respecting this hidden support level, and it's starting to go up again. We are getting this red cross. Now, I do believe that this red cross is not really accurate right now. I think it's one of these kind of anomalies of the the red cross showing up. But I don't think it's actually something to take too seriously right now. However, with that said, you know, you still have to always be wary of where your stop losses are. That's one of the reasons why we use a hidden support level right here in order to go ahead and manage our stop losses. And I would suggest the same thing based on your risk tolerance. You put things where you need to be as far as stop losses where you need to be. The trend strength indicator is still super bullish. It hasn't really even, you know, hiccuped at all, which is a very good thing that we want to see. The trend is still kind of like sideways to negative. MACD is negative, and the sign indicator here too is bottoming up. So similar in the sense that, you know, the sign indicator is kind of bottoming out for all of them, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I guess, a common thread amongst all three. Also, at the same time, it doesn't look like it's going to precipitously go down. There may be a little bit of a correction here, but that's just part of the wave that it's in right now, the number one wave that it's in right now. So, yeah, I mean, we're gonna leave it right there. If you guys have any questions at all, definitely let us know. Hit subscribe, notification bell, and again, if you're on the other platforms, DTube, you know, your Resteam would be super appreciated. Also, upvote. And anything else you possibly can do would be really great. We're really trying to make awareness of what we're doing because we do believe people find a lot of value in it. So that said, have a great night and happy trading.